Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? A very good afternoon and welcome to the Times Now Education Summit East 2025. And I'm your host, Lajwanti, and I'm thrilled to guide you through this journey of knowledge, achievement, and inspiration. Borrowing a quotation from Tagore's writing, he mentioned education is one thing that no one can take away from you. We are here today to celebrate excellence, ignite conversations, and honor remarkable individuals in the field of education. Let's make it a day to remember. Can we have a huge round of applause for the spirit to arrive on a weekend? The Times Now Education Summit East 2025 is a distinguished platform that brings together thought leaders, educators, policymakers, academic pioneers from across Eastern India. And this is an initiative by the Times Network. The summit will feature engaging panel discussions, keynote sessions, and knowledge exchange on topics ranging from innovation in pedagogy and the impact of NEP to industry-academia collaboration and global educational trends. With participation from some of the region's most reputed institutions and educationists, the event promises to be a hub of insights and inspiration for all the stakeholders in the academic ecosystem. Times Now Education Summit is not just a forum, it's a movement towards empowering the next generation through progressive and inclusive education. Let's take a moment to thank and recognize the partners and sponsors who have made this summit see the light of the day. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our sponsors, our presenting sponsor, SOA, Shiksha or Anusandhan University, 3 decades of rich legacy. We deeply appreciate your support in making this summit possible. A simple but powerful reminder of the positive domino effect a good education can have on many aspects of a person's life and outlook. I would like to extend my hand of gratitude by inviting the esteemed dignitaries on the dais. Dr. Sanjay Gopal Sarkar, Joint Registrar, Jadavpur University. Sir, if you can please come up on the dais. Dr. Amlan Chakrabarti, Director, School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta, and Adjunct Professor, IIT Delhi. If you could come up on the dais, please. Dr. Tanushree Saha Das Gupta, Senior Professor and Director, S.N. Bose, National Center for Basic Sciences, Kolkata. Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Sister Nivedita University, Newtown, Kolkata. Dr. Shougata Banerjee, Director, J.D. Birla Institute. Professor Dilip Shah, Dean and Rector, the Bhawanipur Education Society College. Shubhadarshini Mishra, Group Public Relations, Shiksha Anusandhan, SOE University. If you could also come up on the dais, please. I would now like to invite Mr. Biman Datta, Assistant Vice President and Regional Head, East, the Times Group, to felicitate our distinguished dignitaries on the dais. Sir, if you could please make it to the dais. Can we have a huge round of applause? So we're just making way to have this a brighter celebration through lamp lighting, the much awaited inaugural lamp lighting ceremony. The round of felicitation happening. As the felicitation happens, can we also keep clapping so that everybody is perked up and boosted up? As per tradition, we begin the auspicious lamp lighting invoking the blessings of knowledge and wisdom, accompanied by a serene rendition of the Saraswati Bandana.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं
Thank you so much.
ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः.
Thank you so much. We're just going to move shortly into the much awaited segment of panel discussion. Just seeking moments of compliance as we just ready up the dais for the panel discussion to commence shortly. And now we slowly move on to the first power-packed panel discussion of the day. I would like to invite our esteemed panelists on the dais to take the chairs, and thank you so much for the cooperation that you people extended to set up the dais. Going first, Dr. Sanjay Gopal Sarkar, Joint Registrar, Jadavpur University. So if you could just take a seat on the dais. Dr. Amlan Chakraborty, Director, School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta, and Adjunct Professor, IIT Delhi. Dr. Telashri Sahadas Gupta, Senior Professor and Director, S.N. Bose National Center for Basic Sciences, Kolkata. Dr. Dhruva Jyoti Chattopadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Sister Nivedita University, Newtown, Kolkata. Dr. Shogata Banerjee, Director, J.D. Birla Institute. Dr. Shoma Guha Maulik, Director and Vice Chairman, Supreme Knowledge Foundation. As I'm calling the guests, the panelists on the dais, I expect that there's a loud cheer from the crowd out there. Professor Dr. Shajal Das Gupta, Vice Chancellor, UEM, Kolkata. Ripti Ranjan Dash, Director, Corporate Relations and Industry Engagement, Shiksha Anusandhan, SOE, University. Professor Dilip Shah, Dean and Rector, the Bhavanipur Education Society College, PESC. And last but not the least, our moderator for the session, Prashant V. Singh, Senior Editor, Business Times Network. So this segment promises thought-provoking insights from the education leaders, and the topic for today's panel discussion is making graduates future-ready for global and digital economies. So the panel's all yours. Thank you.
Are you waiting for him? He's not here, okay. So let's begin. So good afternoon, everyone. I want all of you, as our MC said, that let's start with a big round of applause. Because we can easily see our future is sitting here, lots of kids here, lots of students here, esteemed, bright, meritorious. So as our topic is making graduates future ready for global and digital economies. So with this amazing panel so he's here. Welcome to Times Network. Yeah. So with this amazing panel, in the next 30, 40 minutes, we'll be discussing how to make our students, graduates, future ready for the global and digital economies. So I have a data with me. In the last April 2025 report of International Monetary Fund, World Economic Outlook report, India is all set to become the 4th largest economy in 2025, plus overtaking, it will be 3rd largest by 2028. So I want to start off this conversation that competition is fierce, cutthroat, everybody is in the race, everybody wants to take edge over other. But in such scenario, there is $1 million question. What should be that one certification or one course which should be made mandatory before our graduates get their formal degrees? I want to start with Dr. Shogata Banerjee. So you take first.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me on this panel, distinguished panel. So, in terms of one course that would be a panacea for everything, that's a very tall order. But I would like to also mention, before I come to that, when we want to make our graduates future ready, the biggest challenge is to understand what the future looks like. We are in a state of great flux, and the latest buzzword which is not so new anymore, is artificial intelligence. Now, when I look at the impact that artificial intelligence is having on the business, on the world in general, the dust has not yet settled. So it's all in a state of flux. And for the educators, it's a very, very important thing to figure out first what the world will look like. And as we go about doing that, we have to realize that, you know, if you look at, it's a very sort of big question, but that can be divided into two parts. One is the technological aspect, where teaching is much easier. You teach technology. But for the people who are non-technical, how is AI going to impact the world? That's when we can figure out, you know, how we're going to train our students. So if you ask me, this is what brings me to your question. We are not ready yet to know what the world looks like, but as the world is changing, we are trying to adapt. So I would recommend that, obviously, you know, every institute, everyone sitting in this table around this panel is also wondering, you know, I need to differentiate my courses from the others. So I will offer, you know, new technology, etc. But at the end of the day, I would say a focus on the fundamentals is what is most important, because that does not change and everything rests on the fundamentals.
Thank you. So fundamentals need to be worked upon. Your take, Mr. Dhrubajyoti.
Let me first thank the Times Now for organizing this very interesting and important panel discussion in this education conclave. I'd just like to first congratulate the budding young would-be graduates who just qualified in the final exams and looking forward to what they are supposed to do, and my distinguished panelist. To me, while in this education area for a very, very long period of time, my feeling is that one of the major challenges this generation is facing, that we have to make ourselves very updated with respect to so many different words, as Professor Banerjee already mentioned about this AI, ML and all these things. But to me, EI is very important, the emotional intelligence, because you know that right now, majority of the kids we used to interact with them, they have one sort of dilemma, what's going to be their career. And career, and versus what is going to be the knowledge required for that career, that's going to be the secondary right now.
You mean to say lots of pressure?
Yeah, lots of pressure, yeah. And that pressure itself is actually making number of challenges before them, and to decide about what's going to be their future. Because as you are rightly mentioned in the topic itself, that globalization is one way, and we have to be a digitally literate people. And when these two are coming in front, the one thing which is getting most disturbed, and we have to make every kids, whatever the career be, they have to be emotionally stable enough, and their mental wellness is one of the major challenge.
Okay. Mental wellness is one of the biggest factors. So, Dr. Ma'am, you? What's your take on this?
So first of all, I would also like to really thank Times Network for organizing this very timely event, because we are having our new education policy, and everything is we are rethinking the way the education is being done. And I think all my previous panelists made very, very important comments. But I would also like to focus on two things, is the importance of communication. So I am in an organization where people come primarily for doing higher education, like getting into the research field. So there I find actually our students, they know a lot, but they just don't know how to communicate. So communication skill, I feel, and the sense of reasoning, that is the two very important things. If we can train them how exactly to communicate well, because most of the cases in the field of research, you probably know things, but you have to communicate it to the other person. And that's where I feel sometimes, especially the students from this country lacks a bit, and while the other countries are way ahead of us in terms of not the knowledge but just communicating that. So if we can put a little bit of more stress on, even if we can introduce a course on communication and reasoning, that I think will help a lot. Thank you very much.
So communication is the key to success when we are,
I feel
competing
because
with,
we already are quite strong in having a knowledge base.
Yeah.
That's my feeling from my experience.
especially when we are competing with global beginners.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay. Professor Shah, your take.
Hello. Well, one of the things that we'll have to remember is an inclusive approach. Largely, I think we keep on forgetting that the privileges of advanced education that we are talking about, in which we talk about AI, we talk about computers, we talk about digitization and things like that, may not include a significant mass that the country has. First thing that every single student has to understand is that we have to take the whole country along.
Yes.
It's not me alone, because as we move, we'll become more and more selfish. But that has to be overcome.
Right.
And that might probably be possible through a lot of activities where teams are formed and people are taught to work together. So what we do in our college is, we have a lot of segmentation done.
Okay.
And we make sure that the last boy also gets something that his passion might want. So we have two things. One is that the parental influence comes in the choosing of the line. So I want to do a BA or I want to do a BBA, whatever. So that is where the influence comes. But that might not be the priority or the passion that the child has. So try to dissect it that way also, that this boy really wants to do photography. And it's got nothing to do with BBA, but he wants to do it. So can we have a space for him also? Or this boy really wants to do boxing because he is that aggressive type. So can we allow them a ring where they can do boxing as well?
Okay.
So can we take them along within the campus, and then this can be extrapolated to society and others? If we can do that, then probably this inclusive approach and the sensitization to that would probably happen. And that is not to not to take away whatever the others have said. I fully agree that as we go ahead, emotional intelligence will be required. Critical thinking will be required, thinking out of the box will be required, design thinking will be required. These are the things will definitely are required, because we can't answer what the society is going to look like after 5 years.
Correct.
As the first speaker said.
Yeah.
And we have to prepare them for the rest of their life. And
Inclusive
the
approach.
life itself and the span of existence might also go up.
Yeah.
So today when you retire at 60, and if your lifespan is still 100, then you have a big problem. So how do you learn today so that you are relevant till at least 80, 85? That's how we need to ponder.
But keeping in mind the lifestyle and sedentary things we have, I think 50 or 60 is the new 80. So that is, that goes without saying.
Well, a lot of things will
Lots
happen
of cases
because
I see.
medical developments in the pipeline are also enormous. I know of people researching on how the longevity will go up, but they are not, these bills are not coming in because they don't have answers to the disease that will also come.
Yeah.
So those sort of things are there in the pipeline. I'm quite hopeful that lifespan will increase, science will do a lot of things, but we need to remain relevant for longer periods of time. So the education, as he said, has to be fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
So that no matter what the changes come, you are able to take it in your stride.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So Ripti, you have been seeing lots of students at SAOA. What's your opinion on this?
So hi, good afternoon everybody. First of all, thanks Times Now for hosting this event. It's an absolute privilege and honor to be one among this esteemed panelists. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ripti Das. I am heading placement for SOA University Bhubaneswar. So I am directly involved, and my work involves a lot of engagement with all the corporates. So I have a very practical outlook towards how industry is going forward and what is the past and what we are looking at the future. I can see a lot of students among this wonderful gathering. One basic difference, what is happening, what was happening over the years and in last 5 years, what has changed is, there is a rapid growth of technology. Rapid growth of technology in terms of how the companies are looking at students or prospective candidates and how the work environment is changing. So going forward, I think one thing that is really vital is should be a vital mix between technology and human intelligence. Everybody is talking about AI, but to implement AI also you need intelligence. It's not only about, you can go there and start working with AI if you don't have the fundamentals right. So the fundamentals is, sir has rightly point out, the fundamentals need to be clear. The second thing is what we are doing as an engineering college in an SOA is, we have partnered with many corporates. So we have at least 20-25 MOUs now with all prestigious companies, where now they are directly involving themselves with the students from second year onwards in terms of engineering curriculum. So we have changed our curriculum entirely. And with the help of these corporates, students are able to learn what is expected out of them after 4 years of engineering. So I think that is really important to implement what the companies are looking at. And beyond corporates and colleges, there need to be structural changes in terms of in policy framework by government also. I think as of now we are following the same kind of formula, same kind of education system for such a long time. I sincerely hope that with new education policy everything will change. But we are covering so many things which are not necessary. I think that need to be also changed, because with all involvement of technology, social media and an easy information gathering, I don't think students are in a stage also to learn everything. It is very important to pinpoint what is required out of you, what you are good at, and learn that. I think going forward that should be important.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So now I want to come to you, Dr. Guha Malik. How do you see these challenges?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Times Network, for having me. First, I think I'll kind of brief a little bit about what digital economy is about. So, any economical, developments or anything, any changes or anything linked to the economy, which is a result out of digitization or anything going digital. So I'll give you an example, very basic examples. Like today we have the e-commerce, which we see, the e-commerce industry. Or I can go about like something as basic as an EV. Next, I can go about like something, the automation of the industries, how the industries are changing, which we are calling it as Industry 4.0. And anything digital which we can see or which we are seeing that is happening. Of course, there is small AI chat boxes which we are seeing in various websites, be it airlines, hotels, or whatever. We have any doubts, we go to these chat boxes. These are now kind of AI driven, and no more involvement of much humans into it unless it's a bit critical. So this is in a nutshell what digital economy is. Next comes is like how as part of the education, I'll say how we can bring a change into it. So of course there are these digital or technical courses coming up. We are calling it like AI and all is there, I understand, but there are, apart from these technical courses, there are other ways also by which everyone, these young kids can contribute. So a simple thing is like today, these businesses, you have to take in any business, you have to take a decision. So how better you can take a decision? So one of the part of digital economy is how you can handle a data. So any student who might not be from a technical background but into some in a business administration role will be able to take a much more informed decision if he or she or the team can handle data quite well.
Data
yes, so that includes gathering these data, analyzing these data, and then coming up with a better informed decision. One more thing I like to add is that suppose we are buying so many things online these days. So how better we can design a website is a thing, that's a technical thing, but how better we can make that look good. So that comes a designer's role. So he or she also can, play a part in the digital economy as well.
User
So I'd
interf-
like to add, yes, of course, of
User
course.
interface and
So
UX.
these are also, I'd like to, add that apart from technical areas, if a student wants to study some other courses also, there are plenty of courses these days, but you have to keep in mind that at the end, we are in a digital economy. You have to know the basics, as many of you were saying, and basics means you have to know a certain skill of any, handling technology. So this is important, I feel.
I'll quickly go to Dr. Das Gupta.
Good afternoon to all of you. I'd like to express my sincere thanks and gratitude to the Times Now Education Summit to play as a panelist in these very important group discussions. We are all discussing about a very, very pertinent and a topical subject, that what should be the main challenge in the present day higher education. We are going through a very, very critical crossroads, and in one single line, it's very difficult to define the goal of the young students who are going to join in the higher education. But if you can summing up the whole thing based on experience in one single line, we can say that the students, the educational institutions must impart the teaching, learning, training to the students to build up the essential contemporary knowledge, the cognitive skills, and the professional competencies. These three are the most important arena through which we can develop a 360-degree requirements to make the graduate attributes complete within a student who is passing out from institutions within a very short span of time. If we go into the greater details of the graduate attributes, I just want to focus on the 2 or 3 points, which is having a more common outline with the other panelists' decisions. Number one is to give them the most contemporary current generation knowledge, which of course includes the subjects like artificial intelligence, GenAI, the machine learning, deep learning, cybersecurity, IoT, and things like that. Of course, with the passage of time and the change of the technology and the requirement of the industries is moving so fast, and therefore the subjects today are going to change, see change in the years to come. So the basic conceptual ideas and the fundamental knowledge need to be very strongly given to the students so that they can create the building blocks over that. It's number one. Number two, which is very important nowadays, is to build up a leadership ability, the teamwork, and the time management. It's very important nowadays because most of the students in higher education, they're involved in the assignments, in the project works, they're involved in the hackathons, Smart India hackathons, and very competitive, work and activities in an institution or even with a group of institutions. So these specific ability need to be developed among the students so that they can work in team and can take decisions independently. It's very, very important attributes of a graduate which is required by the industries nowadays. And the third is very, very important, which has already been touched upon, is a communication skill and multilingual ability. Because India is a very, very divergent country. So a student who is staying in West Bengal when he wants to go and settle at Chennai cannot speak well with the people of the other states. It's becoming very difficult to express their knowledge, share their knowledge, express the normal communications with their own peers in the same organizations. So it is very important nowadays. So there are many other attributes involving in order to create a graduate, a very, very able citizen of India, There are many attributes like there, but I want to focus on these 3 points. One is the most important current generation knowledge. Number 2 is the leadership ability, time management, and teamwork. And number 3 is the communication and multilingual ability. Thank you so much.
Sir, I'm sorry for being so late.
Distinguished panelists, distinguished guests and students. Digital economy that might create some confusion among the students who are thinking about their future. I'm just giving some data so that you can understand well. At present, we have almost 58 crore workforce, out of which 2.6 around, they are in digital economy, in this system. So the total number of workforce, it is about 1.5 crore plus. But we are looking for changing our economy very quickly. At present, we are generating 11.74 possibly percentage out of the total domestic GDP. We have a plan to make it 20% by 2030. This is few data on which we have to work. The first thing is that digital economy, it doesn't mean that you have to take any course in computer science. Digital economy, that includes also the graduates of philosophy, the graduates of chemistry, graduates of political science. Everywhere there is a scope to work on digitally. At this situation, then when we are trying to make it the 20% of GDP, and where the growth rate is almost 3 times of our economy, then you have to do it. Though I'm telling, because we do not have any option, you have to enter into. You are already in the global village. You cannot change it. Globally, almost we have the same dress code. We have the same type of pattern of talking. But still, there are a lot of spaces where the people are not like us. In Kolkata, if we do not get the mobile connections for a few seconds, we get irritated. We have seen during COVID, the people getting at the top of the tree and trying to connect with mobile for continuing their education. In Jadavpur University, we have seen the students are giving the examinations and going somewhere else for, writing or sending their answer scripts. Why I'm telling, the digital economy, it requires a lot of infrastructure. If you cannot ensure the infrastructure, it is very difficult to enter into the system. I'm sure that we are changing very quickly. The digital economy, it needs to ensure the type of education that is to be imparted. The government, central government, or at government level, we have changed, but the problem is the same. The type of education is prescribed. We do not have the infrastructure to address. I do not know who is to answer the question, but we have to enter into again. If we have to carry this system upward, we have to take more students. If you go to district, I'm sure you can find there are so many good students. If I cannot cater the students in form of digital economy, they will not be able to move fast. So my basic point is, when you have to enter into digital economy, please consider the other people too. Those who are not in front. Thank you.
Okay. Very well put. So why I'm super glad by this, these panelists, because everybody has a different perspective. In stock market, we call it the true diversification of the portfolio. everybody has a different perspective and everybody is so apt. Now my one question is, which is very interesting. We face it in our daily lives. I will connect two dots and then I'll ask the question basic. On a daily basis, we ask our kids, most of us are parents, we ask our kids, avoid screens. This is avoid screens. Twitter, Facebook, doom scrolling, the term. And on the other hand, all the schools are smart schools. So by these, how to avoid screen, but not to avoid screen? This is the dilemma, this catch-22, how to deal with this, because we spoke about big data, analyzing data, digital economies, AI, all the buzzwords, IoT, Internet of Things, but everything involves screen. And every day, we tell our kids, avoid screen. As soon as they board the bus, they get the screen. So how to get rid of this? So I want to start again with Dr. Banerjee. You started with AI.
Okay, so I want to pose another question for you. You can say avoid screens, but are our kids avoiding screens? They are not avoiding screens.
Yeah.
The reality is you may say what you want, but the world is progressing in a certain way. And, this, of course, it has a lot of star value when you ask the question with avoid screens. But, when you teach and we go to class and whatever we do, we are faced with screen time. So, I would put it slightly differently. I would focus on the content. The screen is simply the tray on which the content comes. So I go back to my point about fundamentals and values. And, at the end of the day, you have to teach your kid, to decide judiciously. That's what is important. Screen is a medium which is like focusing on the surface. So, if the kid decides judiciously, he'll turn out to be a great kid. And you have to equip them to be able to face changes. Yeah. That's the fundamental of it.
You are what you consume.
Absolutely.
So we'll very quickly take the takes. Not you folks. Go on.
So again, like with technological advancements, we have seen like so many things have come up. For example, of course, there is this advancements in the defense systems, in the we call it arms or whatever is it. I won't name anything right now. But again, it boils down to one thing is judicious usage of things.
Yeah.
So of course, we had TVs, right? So I remember once, I was small. I'll just quote one thing. I was small. So my father was dead against getting a plasma TV. Back then, plasma TV was new.
Yeah.
And it was the normal, those CRT TV was there. So my father is, no, I won't buy a new TV because he will not study and he will be like into these TVs and all. So I remember one uncle of mine was saying that it has the same content.
Yeah.
The TV it won't come with a new content plasma. Why won't you get him a new thing? So he's like, no, it will be a new fascination for you. He'll be hooked towards it and all. I won't get at all. Let him at least clear his boards, class
That
10,
is
and
true
then.
to an extent.
So yes. So this is how I think for small kids, parents can help. They should be seeing how better a student or those kids can use their screens. But of course, you can't take those away from him or her.
Can't do away with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Raj Gupta?
This is a very tricky question, and we are standing in between. Whether we should do it, encourage it, or we'll stop it. As my earlier panelists say very rightly, that we have to set a balance in between and to find out how much it is necessary to create the knowledge amongst the teenagers. Nowadays, reading of the books are practically getting eroded. The youngsters are not liking to go for the book reading, rather they prefer to go for becoming a digital and media literacy program to make them updated with what's going on all around the world. Look into the digital tool, the toys, the amusements and all other things, the kids are very much interested to look for this, number one. Number two, the peer pressure. If you go to look into the school, most of their friends are having their mobile phone in their hands, and they're all passing times for that. So as a guardian or a teacher, the primary role is to find out how much necessary is this. You cannot avoid it because the whole world is moving towards that. What is important is to create a balance between these two. Thank you.
Screen time is really a difficult question, and ethical questions too. If I ask you how much time we pay for play on the playground, how much time we pay for reading books. So play, that means the computer game, or reading books, that means on screen. So the screen is inevitable, you cannot avoid. One of the university in Europe, very prominent university, they offer computer science course where you don't have to go to the lab. So everything on the screen. So we need not to go anywhere else. This is one thing. And other thing is the way that we can help to change our lifestyle. If we cannot change the lifestyle of the next, the coming generations, you won't be able to do it. Everything, it is in the pocket. I can remember when we were the students, after coming to Kolkata, used to write a postcard to my mom, and which is about 1 month gap. So now every day the mom calls a student through WhatsApp call or anything and try to connect. So the students cannot go out of the screen. This is inevitable. But the thing is, we need to change the lifestyle. That's more important.
Nowadays, people, when you ask, do you play sports? They say yes, e-sports. So they don't go out. Many kids, they don't go out at all.
Yes.
They are now engaged in new sport, for example, PlayStation. PS5 is coming, 6 is coming. So that is, yeah.
So the thing is, again, I'm just...
Yes, sir, please.
I think we have the experience. Nowadays, the graduate, the students who are pursuing their graduations, they have to submit the project. You just tell me how many projects are the unique. The most of the projects we are getting, it is from AI generated answer almost. Even 2, 3 projects having the same words, same sentencing, everything. So can we change the AI into our search mode or in our education? No. You cannot change it. You cannot say the students, yes, don't search through AI, because you will get the same answer. But my answer is, yes, you can reach if you can change the mode of evaluation, mode of teaching. That can help you to understand the contribution of AI. Otherwise, the way we teach, that might be very detrimental to our health.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Chattopadhyay.
It's a dichotomy. Now over here, what is first coming into my mind that we should not say avoid screen. Okay. So that's a wrong thing. We have to put forward to them that what are the positive aspects and what they can get it from this. Because with my experience, when at the age of 13, 14, my parents said, avoid smoking, I love to do smoking.
Yes.
So anything said avoid, they will feel like doing things. So it's always good so not to say this, and rather give some examples where you can actually give them these positive things, what's coming up. So I'm not going to say avoid screen. I shall request the parents not to do things in that way, that avoid this or you have to do this. Only one small story I just want to end, that that we the parents, we always try to see our kids to be the topper. And I know one of the topper in IISc. Indian Institute of Science. He scores all the time top highest. And now at the end of the day, he said, I'm fed up. I don't want to read at all. So it's always good that not to force them, just to tell them, be happy and be passionate about what you are doing. Thank you.
But when you say that don't do this, kids take this as a challenge and they
Yeah.
say, I love challenges.
No,
They do.
they want to do those things, actually, test those things.
Dr. Tanishri?
So I would just say, I would echo him, it's not avoid screen, but also not be glued to the screen all the time. So you have to make a balance between your interaction with the screen and also a human interaction. For example, during the COVID time, we all got into a new term called online. Before that, we never had this concept called online. Now we have everything which has become online, like all our meetings most of the time are online. But we have seen that the interaction you do online and offline, they are very different. That means the way we are talking now is just not the thing that I'm talking, but my body language. Everything is coming together to this audience, which is completely absent if you are just looking at the screen. So there is definitely a big role of human interaction. Screen is not everything. If I stop going to my playground, stop meeting my friends, that's not healthy. So I have to have an amicable balance.
Yeah.
And I think what has been mentioned is like there is AI, of course, is a boon, but also AI has to be used with caution. As you all know, we have a great Google Map, but the Google Map actually intrudes into your privacy, into your security. So we have so much of threat now because with the advancement of science also comes a threat. For example, you have great nuclear power. It depends on you how you will use it. Will you use it for destruction or for construction? So I think that was already very much stressed many of the times that we have to be judicial. Screen cannot be taken away, but it should not be all and only thing of your life.
Yeah.
You need to have a good balance. Thank you.
I meant to say avoid screen as much as you can.
As you can, and you should have a good balance between
Yeah,
the
strike a
screen and
balance
no
is the key.
screen.
Yeah.
Online is good. It has actually given us a new avenue, but not all the time we should be online.
Yeah. In my house, personally, I say content should never be banned. It should be
Absolutely.
regulated,
Absolutely.
like SEBI
Absolutely.
regulates us.
Absolutely.
So that is the thing. Dr. Shah, what's your experiences in the campuses and universities? Yeah. What are your experiences? What generally do you advise to kids? Avoid as much as you can, or enjoy?
Hello. See, I'll tell you, there's a screen behind us,
Yes.
and in more ways than one. It's just symbolic. It's all the time with us.
One is there as well with the audience.
Yeah, so it's always there.
Yeah.
So friends, I'll put it this way, that there are many other things. Let us also think beyond what can be done.
Yeah.
For example, we talk about experiential learning. We talk about immersive learning.
Yeah.
You can't have the experience of immersive learning or experiential learning through the screen. And that is far more profound than the kind of learning that you will get from the screen. So there are other things that we'll have to, it's not that avoid this, take them to the higher rung and the lower step will automatically get left. So it's like that. You just can't say don't get onto that step. Tell them that move further up and you'll find that the step has already been. So you go move one step up. As I said, experiential learning, immersive learning, team building, as I was talking so much about. You can't do that team building thing on the screen. Na? Individually you can do it. And show them the fun of doing it together. I always feel that you should do this and try to make teams in which the people who are otherwise left out, like what he said, that there's a huge population getting left out.
Yeah.
How do we include that? For example, I'll just tell you, in our college we started one experience and I'll tell you it was super hit. I mean, we said that we require some volunteers for a scheme we called Jal Se Jeevan.
Okay.
So the whole idea was that let's teach people that you cannot waste water. So we said that we'll give you the plumber. So the plumber will go with you. So there'll be 2 students, one plumber will accompany them and make cold calls, knock, knock, knock. Is any of your tap in the house leaking? That's the
Okay.
first question.
Good, good.
So he
Great.
said, so what if?
Yeah.
We have a plumber, he'll fix it right now at no cost.
Yeah.
So anybody is interested, if there is a plumber and he's going to, because he doesn't come so easily, na? Getting a plumber is not that easy. So he said, oh, he'll fix it right now. Yeah, we have our project called Jal Se Jeevan and he'll do it right now. So the plumber goes in and he fixes the tap. In the meanwhile, the others will teach the household that you see, you can do like this, you can do like this, all this will save water. So the education given at that time, and that fellow is listening because his tap is getting fixed.
Yes, yes.
Now this kind of, and they are so happy year after year. I have to tell them that we've had it this year. Okay, sir, but we haven't done it. We want to do it. We want, and let me tell you, because there is a trickle everywhere, na? And they go to the bastis. The whole idea is to include them in this education process. That they also should know that this water is scarce. It cannot be, for them it's okay, yaar, municipal ka aa raha hai, ja raha hai, jaane do, hum logo ko kya hai. So the plumber fixes those taps also. And each year, we must be visiting more than 2,000 houses. All voluntary work done by the students. And I do nothing in that. Even the plumber, the only thing I arrange is the plumber, and it's not one group. There are about 4 or 5 groups that go, and they look forward to it. So we are doing inclusiveness. At the same time, we are doing something relevant, and they are not in front of the screen. And this is great education. They're working in teams. These kind of initiatives is something that we ought to take more often, and we'll find that the society will become a much better place, and that's what we all want to do. We just don't want to become somebody ourselves. We want the whole society to become much better. That's what we want to do. That's education.
I think outside in the lobby I read, diamonds are forever, water is not. It
Yeah,
should not become a luxury.
Absolutely. I
There
mean,
was some marketing campaign I read.
correct.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Ripti, what are your experiences?
First of all,
Ripti.
we can't avoid it. And in my opinion, screen time is going to increase only. And I have a different thought. I don't think it's a bad thing. Because the source of information, if we go back, the source of information used to be newspaper, television. Now that has changed. That has changed. And now people are consuming or learning everything out of screen only. One basic difference I am going to explain this thing. Everybody knows about TikTok. TikTok was banned during COVID time. There is a report, if you go to China and see what people are consuming in TikTok and compare it with, let's say, USA or earlier India, it's hell and heaven difference. So in China, you will find all the learning aspects of the screen time available in TikTok or people are consuming. In other countries, it's the vice versa. So the question is not how much screen time the students are consuming. The question is what they are consuming. Let's say if you go to any of the students' Instagram feed, you can find out what they are consuming. Okay. So for educational institution also, it is important that we need to cater to what students are really aspiring and implement learning through digital medium, through screen time also, so that it will be more productive. So in my opinion, we cannot avoid it. Rather, we should try to make it more engaging, try to maximize the learning aspect from the screen time. The people are consuming or students are consuming.
So I think the biggest takeaway is it is not important how you consume, it is more important what you consume, what kind of content you are consuming. You are what you consume. So, I mean, we are getting infinite insights by this esteemed panel. Panel is huge, but really, really great insights. But time is finite. We are running out. I am getting the cues that to wrap up the show. Thank you so much. Thank you, audience. Thank you to all the panelists for the great insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Can we have a huge round of applause? That was indeed very thought-stimulating. I would request everybody to be on the stage because we have a felicitation that awaits the panelists. I would like to call upon the dais, Mr. Biman Datta. Viman sir, if you could just come up on the dais. Yes. Viman sir? Yes, he's right there. I would just request our panelists to be on the stage. We have with us Mr. Bhamandata, Assistant Vice President and Regional Head, East The Times Group, along with Sir Moderator, Mr. Prashant, to felicitate our distinguished panelists. We start off with Dr. Sanjay Gopal Sarkar, Joint Registrar, Jadavpur University. Going next, we have Dr. Tanushree Saha Das Gupta, Senior Professor and Director, S.N. Bose National Center for Basic Sciences, Kolkata. Up next, we have Dr. Dhruva Jyoti Chattopadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Sister Nivedita University, Newtown, Kolkata. Dr. Shogata Banerjee, Director, J.D. Birla Institute. Dr. Shoma Guhomolik, Director and Vice Chairman, Supreme Knowledge Foundation. Can we have a huge round of applause as well? Professor Dr. Shajal Das Gupta, Vice Chancellor, UEM Kolkata. Ripti Ranjan Das, Director, Corporate Relations and Industry Engagement, Shiksha Anusandhan, SOA University. Professor Dilip Shah, Dean and Rector, the Bhawanipur Education Society College, BESC. Can we have a huge round of applause for the first panel session that we just had with the esteemed guests on the dais? Can we have a lovely group photograph, please? Can we frame in once? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will just in time take a few moments to set up the dais once again, because we go on to the next part of today's event, where we will be felicitating the fresh minds, the bright students who have been able to make a mark in their own ways with boards. Very shortly, we are going to start with the class 10 students who have secured and proved their excellence. In fact, how about we get a couple of microphones passed on in the audience, please? I thought might as well, I was thinking that if we could have a short interaction, and I get to hear from you people as well, from the lovely audience. Can I have somebody's assistance to volunteer that side with the microphone? Lovely, thank you. So, you know, school and college, standing at the age where I am, and when we outgrow this entire part, you know, when it comes to going to school, going to college, there are memories, there's a trip of nostalgia that wraps you around. So I was thinking, how about if any one of you was interested to share something very memorable that still has an indelible imprint in your mind and heart, although we don't go back to schools and colleges that much, but if you could also make those memories count. So anybody willing in the audience to speak about a memory that you cherish, hold close to your heart from your school days or your college days. If you could do that, it'll be great. Because it's better to always churn and brew words than to have a vacant space. So is somebody there in that area? Anybody, please raise your hand so that we can pass on the microphone to you to have an interaction. Anyone? Do we have somebody to talk? Anybody to share a memory? Okay, let's make this memorable otherwise. It's time to call the students, it's time to honor the future of our nation, our bright young achievers. We present 11 sets of student felicitations celebrating the accomplishments of 14 outstanding students, and join me in applauding their hard work and brilliance. And to felicitate the students, I would call upon once again Dr. Sanjay Gopal Sarkar, Joint Registrar, Jadavpur University, sir. Professor Dilip Shah, Dean and Rector, the Bhawanipur Education Society College. Do we have Professor Dilip Shah as well? Do we have Professor Dilip Shah? Okay, so we start off with Birla High School, Mukundapur, Ashaz Rehan Haq, who has secured 96.2% in CBSE Class 10. A huge round of applause for Ashaz Rehan Haq. And the cheering could be a little louder. Calls for a lovely photograph. Congratulations, God bless. Up next we have Birla High School, Moira Street, Akul Shah, securing a 99% in his Class 10th CBSE examination. Congratulations, thank you so much. Up next from Sushila Birla Girls School, we have Yashvi Mehta and Krisha A. Kiani, securing 98.4% for their Class 10. Yashvi Mehta and Krisha A. Kiani from Sushila Birla Girls School. Professor Dilip Shah, Dean and Rector, the Bhawanipur Education Society College is also with us, sir. If you could just make way to the dais. Thank you so much. Yes. Lovely, thank you. we have Morning Bells Academy High School, Sekat Baswas, who has secured a 97.2%. Shokat, can you make your way this side? Thank you so much. Congratulations, girls. Congratulations. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to invite on stage Dr. Amlan Chakraborty, Director, School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta, and Adjunct Professor, IIT Delhi, to be on the dais, along with Rupli Ranjan Daj, Director, Corporate Relations and Industry Management, SOA University. It's time to call the next set of students. From Griffins International School, Arpita Panda, who has secured a 98.8%. But I guess, is there somebody to receive an award? Else we skip and move on to the next one. Arpita is not with us today at this event, so we move on to the next one. Julian Day School, Howrah, Priyesh Bhandari, securing a 96.8% in ICSE Class 10 board examination. And we have a proud mother who's accompanying, clicking the picture. Can we have a huge round of applause for the students as they make way to the dais to collect their awards. We have Julian Day School, Gandanagar, Srijan Basu, who has secured a 98.8%. Srijan Basu. Do we have somebody on his behalf? All right. We have Principal Sir from school to collect on his behalf. Congratulations, sir. Proud moment for the school. And thank you so much, sir, for being here. Thank you. I would now request Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Sister Nivedita University, Newtown, Kolkata, and also Dr. Shogata Banerjee, Director, J.D. Birla Institute, to grace the dais. Once again, I would like to call upon the dais Dr. Amlan Chakraborty, Director, School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta, and Adjunct Professor, IIT Delhi, to be on the dais. We have Sukrit Pramanik from Julian Day School, Kalyani, securing 99.4% for his ICSE Class 10 examinations. A whopping 99.4%. Congratulations and a big thank you. We have Ankit Kumar Singh from Julian Day School, Kolkata, securing 98%. Can we have a huge round of applause? Congratulations and thank you so much. Next up, we have Debolina Chakraborty, Sampurna Sinha, and Aviral Kojgave from Delhi Public School, Newtown. All three of them, the three musketeers, have secured a 99.6%. We have the felicitators, the teachers here to collect on the behalf of the students as well, and we have Aviral with us here. 99.6%. Congratulations. Yes, it is. I think that's a technical error. Yeah, yeah. .6% for his ICSE Class 10 board examination. That's Aviral Kojgave from Delhi Public School, Newtown, Kolkata. Congratulations and a big thank you to everybody to be on this dais. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. So now we move on to the second set of the panel discussion. If we could just get the chairs and the required tables set up on the dais, please. This discussion is going to be extremely interesting because it is about fostering critical thinking, creativity, and learning. As we know, there's no end to learning, age no bar, but it's somehow embedded in the formative years of students, of children. Primarily, schools have a huge role to play in it, the way they mold their young minds to think, to be able to make decisions, and to be able to see the world with a lot of clarity. This is going to be a mind-stimulating session where we have esteemed panelists to come and grace the dais. Dialogues will be exchanged, and we would also take questions. I mean, I can tell it from the faces of few people here that we might just, kind of break out for lunch in a bit. But let me tell you, after this thought-provoking discussion, you're going to have more appetite to feed the soul. And the wait is finally over. Let's dive into our second enlightening discussion. Once again, I would like to call upon stage the esteemed panelists. Sonali Sen, Principal, DPS Newtown. Ma'am, if you could make your way up on the dais, please. We have Joydeep Shah, Chairman and Co-founder, Morning Bells Academy High School. We have Terence John, Director of Education and Development, Julian Day School, Kolkata, Ganganagar, Kalyani and Howrah. Abhishek Kumar Yadav, Founder Chairman, Griffins International School, Kharagpur. Subadarshini Mishra, Group Public Relations Officer, Shiksha Anusandhan, SOA, University. We have Dr. Ramlan Chakraborty, Director, School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta, and Adjunct Professor, IIT Delhi. Along with our Sir Moderator, Mr. Prashant V. Singh. Once again, to have him moderate this session as well. And this engaging conversation is going to be about fostering critical thinking, creativity, and multilingual learning. Thank you.
So we are meeting again. So good afternoon, everyone again. I know most of us or many of us are thinking about lunch. We'll break into lunch after this insightful session. So just a heads up. So we discussed about making our graduates future ready for global economies and digital economies. Now our topic is fostering critical thinking, creativity, and multilingual learning. So we have an amazing panel in the next 30-40 minutes. We'll be discussing this about the global digital economies, learning. So I want to start with a question. While I was doing research, I realized that when we have kids, they are small, we say, color within the lines. And when they graduate, when they move into corporate lives, we say, think outside the box. So we are saying follow this also, and we are saying follow that also. So this dilemma, this catch-22, what should be the ideal scenario? I want to start with you, Mrs. Sen.
Good afternoon. I think that's a very interesting question. See, first of all, we need to start with the basics. We need to start with what we know. We have to have a foundation. Now, based on what we have and our knowledge, we need to apply. Considering the current scenario, considering what is going on around us, we need to apply that the knowledge, and therefore what we learn is what we use. So that is what critical thinking is all about. That is what creativity is all about, where you start thinking differently, where you start thinking of problems and the solution to problems which will be applicable today and not what was applicable 10 years back or 50 years back or even 2 years back, because everything is changing. So that is the need. But for that, you have to have the knowledge. You cannot just take it out of thin air. So I think that is what critical thinking and creativity is important for, where you train children to think differently, you train children to look for solutions, given the current scenario, given what is there now, given the problems that we are facing now.
Mr. Terence John, what do you think, what needs to be done at the schools level so as to achieve the, better rate in terms of critical thinking, this reasoning, other developments, creative thinking?
As you said, in the beginning we teach a child to draw in a particular segment or line,
Yeah, within the lines.
right? And then today we are asking to think critically.
Yeah.
I take both as a combined one. When I'm teaching the child to draw something within a line, the child learns. Then I ask the child, draw this out of box and create something new. And the child migrates from there and creates something of its own. And that way we induce critical thinking among the children. So critical thinking is nothing but to develop the child's creative values, how to produce something new, how to create something which he had or she had not learned before. And when the child learns to create something, it ignites a special enthusiasm in him or her, and it helps the child to create more and learn more. So critical thinking actually helps in developing a better understanding of a particular thing which they can apply when they go out of the school. So it is practically an application based learning, that how they will apply what they have learned in a broader sense when they go to a bigger world. And that what has to be taught right from the grassroots level to a child when they have entered the school, through different forms of activities, through different forms of experiential learning, through different forms of activity where they can connect their critical thoughts by developing something which they had never expected that the learning outcome will be such. And that's what the school's effort should be of.
Mr. Joydeep Shah, what do you think about, changing these fundamentals at the schools level?
Okay. Adding on to what Sir John sir said, that it's very simply speaking that if you put an atmosphere, a situation where the child can be exposed to and given the full freedom to act on what they have learned. They may make mistakes, no problem, but there should be an exposure that they should be doing freely. They can put up freely with all the ingredients. What have they learned in the past, and they have to put up in a situation where it should be a creative and critically thinking the things so that they can adapt, and in the future they can be ready for the things which is coming up. At the same time, I'll just, if the teachers also who are there to facilitate the children, they should be also equipped in that manner mentally at least, and they should be helping the students in this regard to think that way critically, and there should be creativity in the children. Otherwise, if we don't put up that way, then it doesn't make any sense, and we should be making them future ready as well.
So, Dr. Amlan, when we talk about creative thinking and critical thinking, I think nowadays the schools are more about the exposure and the kind of environment they are getting. So what do you think when we, whoever is in school business or in school domain, whenever they are hiring teachers, do you think there should be a creative skills test also for teachers as well?
Yeah, very good question. Actually, the big issue is that depends how we quantify the creative skill. Okay, so if you look into the scenario that what is knowledge and education. So knowledge and education is basically refined thought process. Okay, so a person having a refined thought process and can bring something new in the plate which is not being thought earlier, right, is being the valued person, right? And we all want that our kids who are now in school and when they will graduate and they will be going for a professional career, they will be trained and they will learn the things so that they can generate a new value proposition through their thought process. Okay, now if I go to from the bottom now, so to create the thought process, obviously there are influences, right? How I can generate a thought process in myself. There is a need of education which we have already discussed, that there is a need of education from from the very basic and fundamentals of learning process to to an independent out of box learning process where a teacher will be a facilitator, not actually just actually telling that, hey, these are the things which are already there in your textbook and I am just repeating this again to you just to make you remember twice. That shouldn't be the teaching, right? Teaching should be a facilitative, that that means this is the course and this is the context you have to learn, right? That means how you learn the things that I will teach, so that any new thing comes, because the learning maybe for 10 years in a school or 12 years in a school or maybe 16 years total education, right, comparing the college also, but the actual process is that how you know that how to learn the things and apply the things, so that type of thing should be there in the process of training the teachers, because you cannot just actually, that means, come with a one shot that, hey, I will try to evaluate you on the creative skills, right? They will be surprised that we have done postgraduate and we have done these things and never it was being analyzed to me, quantified to me that what is creative skill. So I think that, that means I think the first step is that whether we are trying to have the faculty development programs, or the teacher development programs, where we will make the teacher feel that you are not actually telling what is there in the particular text. You will be trying to help them to learn this and the process of learning so that they can come up to the new learning process.
Yeah. So, Ms. Shubhadarshini Mishra, so my question to you is that every parent want their kids to shine brightly in their career when they move into corporate worlds. So I am putting it in the reverse manner, that when you try to find a particular school or university or graduation college, what do you generally see in that college so as you can easily get the admission in that school with the satisfaction?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for this beautiful panel.
Thank you. Pleasure is all ours.
I must say, it should not be the critical thinking. It should be creative thinking, and there must be a feel between the kid and the teachers, and at homes also. There should be a feel, that there should be a connection between the parents and the kid, because we must know what our kid is thinking. We should try to know what what is his or her skill. So when I must share my personal experience. My nephew, he was just 5 years old. We got the admission in a school. I should not reveal the school's name.
Let's not take names.
I will not. But after 10 days, he was reluctant to go to school. He was scared. We don't know. I don't think I should tell the whole thing. But after that, we admitted him in another school. Now he is in standard 1. He's doing his studies. He's very much in other creative work, creative things. I must tell, I'm not that. In the panel, there are so many senior person. I don't have that experience to tell anything. But what I'm trying to say is, there must be a feel, there must be a connection with the teacher and the kid. That's why the kid can involve in the school, and he will be interested. He'll got interest to go to the school.
Okay. So as she put it, that in the schools it's more about student-teacher connect. So do you think there should be a particular set of ratio of students or mandate which should be followed strictly in school? For example, these number of teachers and these versus these number of, vis-a-vis these number of students in any school, so as to promote, attention and time given to a particular student.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Student-teacher ratio, basically.
I think there's already mandated. CBC and all boards do that, because you, as
I'm
ma'am
saying
said,
it's mandatory, but I mean,
I'm coming
the
to
number
that.
of people following it.
Yes. So,
On the
see,
ground.
we say one very important thing in school education, not in the higher, but certainly in school. You like the teacher first, then you like the subject. That is how it works. So, if the teacher is not able to connect to the child, then learning will never happen. There is no second thought about it. Basic learning also doesn't happen. Forget critical and creative thinking. So, that is without a doubt it should be there so that teacher can understand the child, and the child can connect and see that okay, if there is a challenge, I am getting that support. Once that comes, then we can start to critical thinking. We can develop systems so that children are able to learn critical thinking first. Once you have critical, then you can go to creative. Because unless you are able to analyze things critically, it's rare, from going from 0 to 1. 0 to 1 is when completely new something you are discovering or inventing. That is rare generally. But there can be a lot of things where you can improve systems, existing ways you can improve a lot, and there is a lot of scope to do that. So that starts when you are able to have this critical thinking ability. Now how do you develop that? So unless you have a system, it cannot work. And it starts with what Sir said, teacher training first. Without a doubt, we have to train. You encourage them to ask open-ended questions. That is very important. Why this is happening? And any subject you can do that. It can be, let's say, Battle of Panipat. Everybody knows what happened. But why they won? What could have been different if the technology was little superior, or maybe this different scenarios? Then people start analyzing. Because see, we say that it is important we allow children to, ask questions. But now I think that is by default accepted. You should, in fact, ask questions that will make them to think differently. That is very, very vital. And unless you encourage them to do that, I think that will not come. Another important aspect Jaydeep sir also shared is that environment must be there where, you celebrate the effort, not the victory only. While we honor our toppers and congratulations to each of them, no doubt they have done great work. But also effort is important, because if you want to allow children to, try things new, and 99% of them fail, there's no doubt. And if failure is considered, then that is wrong. You should rather have, okay, you have put a great effort, things have not worked out, what are the learnings from there, so that other people who are going to try, they may not fall in the same trap. So these are steps which we can take and, encourage. And going back again, there is no doubt connection between teachers and students are very vital, and also with parents, because parents have to know what is happening with the child. We have schools, children for about 6 hours in our schools. After they go to home, a lot of time they spend there. So unless we are all on the same page, that where we are developing, where we can put a collective effort, I think what we desire will never come.
So you spoke about parents. So now I was going to that question, that when we talk about parenting, I think parenting is also very, 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 it's an important factor when it comes to creative thinking, because every parent wants their kid to be at the top. Nobody wants to take a hit. Everybody should take as you are their neighbor. So that is the thing, they post pictures and everything. Other feels jealous. People who they have done their bit, they have, given the efforts, but they did not get the desired result. How to deal with this when it comes to, the first step begins with parenting. You take first.
I think one discussion I was having, and we said we should have coaching for parents first, before we start, training students. It is
so kids should not go in parents-teacher meetings. Only parents should go in parents-teacher meeting.
No, of course not. Children must come. There's no doubt in that. My point is what I'm saying. See, we want to celebrate success. As I said, parents put on social media whatever certificate comes. This is all right, but we have to make parents understand that, see, every child is different. We cannot keep comparing every child with other. And somebody will come first, somebody will come last, there's no doubt. But when you, demean a child, or, don't approve of the effort that child is putting, then it becomes a problem. Yeah. Because then the child loses confidence, and then you cannot expect growth. Never that child can pick up. So generally what best way is that, we guide the parents that appreciate, and when we do parent-teacher meetings also, teachers are also trained to, speak at least certain things which the child has done well also. Because that is very important. Another aspect is, like in our school, we have once a month teacher calls the parents. So I said, don't call and just say your child has done something bad. Like, it should not happen that school se call aaya, matlab kuch gadbad kiya beta ne.
Yes.
There are, because a lot of things, everybody is doing a lot of things good. Yes, there will be bad, and they are children. If they don't make mistakes now, who will make? This is the age where I say, भाई जितना गलती करना है करने दो. Let them make the mistakes now so that their quota of mistakes is over in life. आगे जाके अच्छा करेंगे.
There's a saying to err is kids, to forgive is divine.
Yes. So this will happen. I think we have to work with them, keep them guided, keep expectations reasonable. Like as they go seniors, one challenge come, everybody wants to take science. This is a big problem. Every year when the results come out, parents keep coming. So what we try to do in grade 9 and 10 itself, we start speaking to the parents, telling the students also that see, you don't have to go to science only to do well in life. There are so many other fields where you can do excellently well. And this is the common mantra which I tell everybody, that irrespective of any field you are, if you are not at the top, it is going to be a challenge. It's better to be a chai wala who sells, full house, than open a gold shop and with empty store.
Ma'am, what are your experiences from SOA on this?
You said the right thing. My perception is during our school days, I came from a school 20, 30 years back. I came from a school. In my school, we were supposed to participate in 5 competitions.
Okay.
It must be debate, it will math reading or music, dance or anything, apart from the education.
Okay.
What I think nowadays, every parent, I'm not blaming anyone, but every parent from the kindergarten, they want their kid to be get marks 100 out of 100.
Yes, everybody.
But they don't think, they don't realize, they don't want to think or realize that their kid must be good in drawing, in music, in cricket, in any games. The study from the kindergarten, if we will force our kid to only for study, then what the kid will do? He will only go to the screen. His favorite habit will be the screen time.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I have noticed in families, that when a kid is excelling in maths and science, they are saying very good. If he is excelling or she is excelling in arts, दिन भर arts ही करता है. So that is the take. So how to stop this? What should be the, because change begins with us. So how to deal with this?
This is a very good question actually. That means actually the career knowledge and the pay package, right? This thought process nowadays starts very early. In our times, okay, we didn't thought about career. Maybe that means when we are just in the high school, maybe some senior dada or somebody has said that okay, this is a good career, which is, but what is happening now actually, it is not also, if you go to the best institutes also, right, in it's a higher education also, okay, the students are running for pay package, okay, not for the actual, that means not for the actual fun of learning the subject, okay. So this is very important for a family to understand, okay, the parents to understand that that it is the marks what a student get is only the evaluation what a teacher does based on the course, that means the performance in the course. Okay, it doesn't mean that he is a dull or he or she is something who cannot learn anything. Okay, so these are the things which you have to know, and every subject, as rightly said by ma'am and sir, that every subject has a value. In our days might have been only 3-4 subjects were very, very good, but now every subject has so many avenues, right? The fathers or the mothers should actually try to identify what are the things what his or her son or daughter likes. That's the most important part, and that's also responsibility of the school also, right? And just to give the student enough motivation, okay, and enough support to continue that particular path, instead of thinking that means after this what school he will study, what college he will study, he or she will study, defines the pay package what he or she will get. We have now seen that it is not more and more the things are coming in the place. It's not the degree but the knowledge what you acquire through your process, that's more important. So I think the days will be changing where the okay, the institutes, the ranks and all these things will take a back seat, okay, rather than the thought process, and that means how we can deliver things will come up.
I seriously want and hope that this should change, because success is measured by the zeros in your CTC. That's the, the fact. So we spoke about parenting, we were discussing, we gave lots of gyan and everything. So now my question is that this reminds me one of the blogs I read in NYT, New York Times, that said that child will never do what you will ask him or her to do, they will do what you will do. So I'm sure you agree with this statement, but how to implement this at the school level?
So what you're talking about is what we call reverse psychology.
Yeah.
All right. But it is very important for us as educators to get children to identify what their strengths are and focus on the strengths so that they realize that that is where they can do the best, their strength, their passion, let it come together so that they can do their best. It is important to have a good career, it is important to have a good job, earn a good salary, but if they have a passion in what they're doing, they will always do it.
Yes.
And I keep giving examples of so many people, and that changes over time. A child in class 9 maybe wants to be a doctor, but by the time the child finishes class 12 or by the time the child finishes MBBS, the child realizes that he is better off as a performer.
Yeah.
And we have so many examples.
Yes, Palash Sen.
So many examples. I mean, it keeps happening.
Yeah.
So that will be there. So I keep telling them, where is your backup plan?
Yeah.
What is your bypass? I keep talking about a bypass plan, So you think about, you have a goal. You work towards your goal, but these are also your strengths. Identify your strengths, have a backup plan, so that in case at a later date you are not finding, you're not very interested, or you don't really feel feel for what you're doing,
Yeah.
then you have something more to do, and you can do that. Today, the kind of options that children have is amazing. It's like,
Yeah.
if you want to do something, you can do it.
Plethora of opportunities. Yeah.
And that is the confidence and that is the belief that we as educators have to instill in the children and in the parents. That the world is at your feet if you do something with your heart and your passion.
Yeah.
I think that, and right from childhood, it's not the marks that you run after. Marks, yes, will be there, for the world to see and be proud about. But are you really feeling it? I think we need to get the children to feel for what they are studying, what they are doing, activities that they are doing, and not because they've been asked to do it.
So Mrs. Sen spoke about do what you feel. I mean, as Steve Jobs said, that love what you do or do what you love. So she spoke about the first part of this statement. So what do you think that how parents can help in identifying what child has a knack for and what is his or her forte?
We say India is a very young country where the average age fluctuates between 28 to 35. So we have young parents. And young parents has an aspiration, what I couldn't do if my child does it.
Yeah.
Number one. Because of some reason I couldn't succeed in the field which I was supposed to. Now I should get my dream realized through my children. So many children are sitting there, maybe they will also connect with that. The second aspect is, if I had been a very good student and I could grasp everything and I have risen to a position, my expectation, my child should at least come closer to my level. If I combine the two, the stress is on the children.
Yeah.
Number one, they are always reminded, see your neighbors and my society in which I belong to. So there is a society that has been created by the parents, and the parents want them to be into that society through their education, through what they become, through their productiveness, by their job, etc. And especially be a good professional or a very good student. These children are not allowed to move out of that periphery of a zone which the parents are creating. So it becomes like a web. At times it is suffocating for the children. And this is where the parents need to be made to understand that what you were, you cannot expect your children to be in the present scenario. Because when they were there, the options were limited. Today, they have options which are unlimited. It's like a sea. Let them explore. Today, they are much informed children than what we are. The information is at the tip of the fingers. We were talking about gadgets, etc. and all, but that is helpful to them because they are more informed. At one time, they know exactly what to do. We never knew what was dry lab and wet lab, and how wet lab helps over the dry lab, etc. And how what is the productive of dry lab over wet lab even. So you sit and do your research in a wet lab as good as you are going to a dry lab, or vice versa. So tomorrow we were seeing that only the wet lab does good to the children. Today the dry labs are actually educating them more, with more informations, especially in subjects like biotechnology, etc., where the dry lab is taking over the wet labs. So why not we allow the children to explore and the parents to act like an advisor and guide? The students cannot be always right, I know, but at the same time, parents should have the time to hear, which they don't have.
Yes.
If the parents hears them out, give them an opportunity to debate with them, for that parents need time, which is very, very less in this today with them. So if I don't have time, how will I understand the taste of my child? And there where the gap takes place. And if as a parent I don't have time, so I will impose the things for them to follow as I am elder to you. And so you have to follow what I say. But if the parents have time to sit and discuss, the parents need to do little research. Very, very important is that if the child has come up with an idea that I want to be this, which is something that the parents have no idea about it or very less idea, please take a month's time and research on it, speak to people who are with it, get yourself informed, and then take a call whether it will be helpful for him or not. Because the child has come up with an idea. That means the child has already got some information of what that stream will lead him to. So that should not and never should be ignored. So important is parents should realize, number one, they should have a lot of time for the children to hear them, to understand them, and to guide them. If these things are missing, I should say it's wrong parenting.
The session is more or less becoming a counseling session for parents, free of cost. So this is going in that direction. So anyways, he spoke about a very important term, impose. So when we saw Dangal, it's, blockbuster, big box office collection, raked in lots of mullahs, but that father, I read a blog somewhere, that father imposed his dream on daughters. Do you think that when it comes to creative thinking in schools also, parents most of the times, because their kids' biggest roadblocks when it comes to creative thinking, that do not do this, go this way, and I am elder to you, as sir said. That is why it is correct.
Yes, truly, as John sir explained, he has covered almost every aspect of what the parents should do and how the things are going on. But the most important thing is just to importantly give the children the independence to think widely, and at the same time, those who are going for looking for jobs and all, I always say that they should be going with their passion as well, that in a longer period of time they can go for entrepreneurship, so that they can collaborate and they can do further in the future. They can add on to their whatever they are doing. At the same time, parents, as sir said, that they should have time to talk to the children, and as sir explained about the package wise, the attraction of the children. Okay, recently one parent came up just to admit a child after class 10th into 11th, and as they are a bit, as the father was not there with the child, then they're running short of money and all these things. So they requested for how she will be doing, because he is not listening to me, his father is not there and all. So I asked the parent to go out to sit out for a few minutes, and I had that talk with the child. But how you are going to cope up with all this in the future, if this is the things and you're not listening to your parents? What she said, I'll go for stock marketing. Well, what do you mean? You just passed class 10 and you're talking about stocks and all. So what do you know about all this? No, one of my juniors section class 8 student, he is doing, and he says I'm earning 50,000 every month. I'll be going that. So look at the thing that these are the incomplete information, and how much they are attracted to money in this level, without getting a proper information to what they will be doing, and they are running all this thing. So these are all challenges, and they are all the situations where the children are also facing, and they are not able to express, and adding on to due to the peer pressure of a lot of other activities and all. These are all the things which is. Now in the school level, as sir said, that we need to talk early with the parents, that what are the other things apart from what they are looking for on the child. These are the important things which we need to fix, and we need to talk openly. If required, you need to take service of the other resources, so that the things comes up very, very clean, and it should be good and proper for the children. So these are the things which we need to.
So I'll close with this. I want to share one experience. What I have noticed, every newspaper will be filled up with the results and everything. And now I have seen parents also who wants their kids to go in this particular domain, and then they do the reverse exercise, finding that is school where kids have become engineers without asking what kid wants. So I mean, that is the kind of imposition that's going on. I mean, it's rising also. That's very alarming, as sir said. So
Actually, we should have more 3 idiots in our society.
yeah,
And that will help them to excel more.
we need more idiots, quote unquote. Yeah. Thank you so much. Lots of insights, lots of takeaways for parents also, kids also. I'm sure by implementing these takeaways, we can achieve a lot in terms of critical thinking, creative thinking, and other things. Thank you so much to audience as well for your support, and thank you to all the esteemed panelists. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
I would once again request the panelists to stay back on the dais, because we have the felicitation that awaits. Once again, a big thank you for this thought-provoking discussion that happened on fostering critical thinking, creativity, and multilingual learning. I would like to call Mr. Biman Datta, Assistant Vice President and Regional Head East, the Times Group, along with Sir Moderator, Mr. Prashant V. Singh, to felicitate the panelists. Sonali Sen, Principal, DPS Newtown. Joydeep Sir, Chairman and Co-Founder, Morning Bells Academy High School. Terence John, Director of Education and Development, Julian Day Schools, Kolkata, Ganganagar, Kalyani, and Howrah. Abhishek Kumar Yadav, Founder Chairman, Griffins International School, Kharagpur. Subadarshini Mishra, Group Public Relations Officer, Shiksha or Anusandhan, SOA. Dr. Amlan Chakraborty, Director, School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta, and Adjunct Professor, IIT Delhi. And can we just assemble for a group photograph, please? If you could step up this side. Yes. Thank you so much. We're going to quickly move on to the felicitation of the students who have secured excellent marks for their class 12th boards. If the stage area could be cleared. We have somebody's cell phone left here. Could you just help with this? So the entire crux of today's gathering is more about not just to speak, but also to listen. And I guess through the panel discussions that we've held today, the first round of panel discussion, the second set of panel discussion, it is always nice to be able to gather thoughts. And I guess that is what, at the end of the day, makes children more thoughtful. The way the thoughts appear, the way one thought leads to the other, deserves a celebration. And hence, we are all gathered here today at the Times Now Education Summit East 2025 to celebrate such thoughtful minds. At every step of our life, what we require is the right kind of nurturing, the right kind of guidance. And there's no other place to celebrate that guidance than through the teachers, the esteemed professors, and of course the thought provokers. Very shortly, we are going to commence to the next segment where we are going to call for the students who have achieved excellence in their class 12 board examinations. I would like to invite the presenters, Kolinika Banerjee, celebrated actress, a doting mother, and a lovely mind. Along with her, I would like to invite upon the dais Dr. Amlan Chakraborty, Director, School of Information Technology, University of Calcutta, and Adjunct Professor, IIT Delhi. Amlan sir. So we now move into the second round of honors. Please welcome the next 31 brilliant students to the stage as we continue to celebrate the academic excellence. These 9 sets reflect passion, perseverance, and potential, the 3 Ps. Congratulations in advance to all the achievers. We start with Billa High School, Moira Street, Tisha Das Dolui, Ayushman Ghosh, Rakshit Agarwal. Tisha Das Dolui was secured a 96% in science. Ayushman Ghosh, 96% in the stream of science. Rakshit Agarwal, 98.6% from the stream of commerce. Ritobrata Patra, 96.4% from the stream of humanities. Can we have a big round of applause, please? All of them deserved achievers in their own fields, growing wings to fly high. Congratulations and well done. Thank you so much. Up next, we have Bhavya Goenka, Prachi Shah, Eshi Majumdar from Sushila Birla Girls School. Bhavya Goenka, who secured a 97.2% in science. She hails from the stream of science, 97.2%. Prachi Shah, with Prachi Shah, who scored 99% in the stream of commerce. And we have Oishi Majumdar, who has secured 98.6% in the stream of humanities. Morning Bells Academy High School, we have Snigdha Biswas, who secured 95% from humanities. Sonal Prasad and Swastika Shaw. Sonal Prasad scored 93.2% in the stream of science. Swastika Shaw, 91.4% in the field of commerce. And Snigdha Biswas scoring a whopping 95% in the stream of humanities. Can we have a huge round of applause for the girls? Congratulations, keep growing. Up next, we have Shomendu Kaur, Krishna Gupta, Amrita De Sarkar, the trio from Griffins International School. Do we have them in the house or should we commence? Moving on to Swamideep Ghosh, Pradyut Chaudhary and Bidipta Das from Julian Day School, Howrah. Swamideep Ghosh secured 97.5% in the stream of science. Congratulations. We have Pradyut Chaudhary, who secured 82.25% in the stream of commerce. And Bidipta Das, who secured 97.75% in the stream of humanities from Julian Day School, Howrah. Congratulations, thank you so much. Joydipto Nondi, Ritam Deb and Anish Kushari from Julian Day School, Ganganagar. Are they here? Sir is here, Principal Sir is here. Indeed, a moment to celebrate the success of the students, proud faculty. Thank you so much, sir. We have Adraja Datta Biswas, Preetha Mondol, and Tamagno Jana. From Julian Day School, Kalyani, Adrija Datta Viswas, scoring 97.25% in the stream of science. Preeta Mondol, scoring 93% in the stream of commerce. And Tamagna Jana, 97.25% in the stream of humanities. We have Sir to take the award on his behalf. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have Rishabh Bhoi, Arumit Chandra, Shorajoy Datta, Aranya Biswas, and Anushka Chakraborty from Julian Day School, Kolkata. Rishabh Bhoi, who scored 98.5% in the stream of science. Arumit Chandra, who scored 98.5 again in the stream of science. Shorajoy Datta, who scored 93.3% in the stream of commerce. Aranya Biswas, who scored 96% in the stream of humanities. Anushka Chakraborty, who scored 96% in humanities. We have Prajakta Maji, Ahana Bandhopadhyay, Tanvi Agarwal, and Shohela Ghosh from Delhi Public School, Newtown. Prajakta Maji, Ahana Bandhopadhyay, both have scored collectively 99.25% in the stream of science. Can we have a louder cheering for them? Yes. Tanvi Agarwal and Shohela Ghosh. Tanvi has scored 99.25% in the stream of commerce, and Shohela scored 99.75% in humanities. A big round of applause for the bright students we have with us today, this afternoon. Thank you so much. That calls for a lovely frame. Thank you. I would request Korunika ma'am to be on the dais for some more time. It's time to honor the institutions that shape the future leaders. And please join me in applauding 11 remarkable schools and colleges for their outstanding contributions to education. Our first category is Best CBSE School in North 24 Parganas. And the award goes to Morning Bells Academy High School. Morning Bells Academy High School fosters academic excellence and character building under the motto Education for Character. With dedicated faculty, the school nurtures intellect, integrity, and leadership, creating a value-driven environment where students thrive and prepare confidently for a successful future. I would request Ms. Shomi Chatterjee, Vice Principal, to receive on behalf of Principal Ms. Debapriya Shaha, along with teachers. If you could make your way to the dais, ma'am, please. Morning Bells Academy High School for the best CBSE school in North 24 Parganas. Congratulations, thank you so much. Next up, we have leading school of East Kolkata in academics and infrastructure, and the award goes to Birla High School, Mukundapur. Birla High School, Mukundapur, an initiative of Vidyamandir Society, offers co-educational, future-ready learning rooted in cultural values and global vision. The school nurtures leadership and equips students with 21st century skills through advanced technology and a progressive educational approach. And to collect this award, I would like to call on stage Mrs. Jessica Gomsarana, Principal, BHSM, Mrs. Rakhi H. Patel, Headmistress, BHSM, Mrs. Debarati Banerjee, PRO, BHSM. And we also have Sir Colonel Tibera, who's the Deputy Secretary General of the school as well. Congratulations to one and all. It's a very fulfilling frame. Next up, we have #1 Girls School of Central Kolkata, and the award goes to Sushila Birla Girls School, SBGS. Sushila Birla Girls School empowers young minds through a transformative journey of excellence. A premier CBSE institution, it fosters academic brilliance, creativity, curiosity, and global collaboration, nurturing future-ready leaders through holistic growth, critical thinking, and environment where every girl's potential is unleashed. And to collect this award, I would like to call on stage Mrs. Navanita Sen, Headmistress, Mrs. Shantani Mitra, Head of the Department English, Mrs. Sana Rafiq, Teacher, Mrs. Shibangi Paul, HOD Commerce, along with a host of students. Can we have a big round of applause for them as well? Congratulations to one and all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations. So for the next award, the #1 Boys School of Central Kolkata, and the award goes to Birla High School, BHS, Moira Street. Birla High School, inspired by founder Sri Lakshmi Nawaz Birla, is a premier CBSE institution in the heart of the city. It promotes academic excellence, ethical values, and holistic growth through diverse curricular and co-curricular activities, fostering global understanding and preparing students for a rapidly changing world. And to collect this award, I would like to call on stage Colonel T.L. Bera, Deputy Secretary General, Vidyamandir Society, Mrs. Loveleen Saigal, Principal, Mrs. Farida Singh, Dean Academics, and Ms. Panjali Chattopadhyay, Headmistress. That's one happy frame that we are going to get. Can we have a huge round of applause for Birla High School, Moira Street team? Thank you. Congratulations. Next up, we have the best CBSE school of Purba and Paschim Medinipur, and the award goes to Griffin's International School. Griffin's International School is an ISO 2100120118 certified day camp boarding school that develops ethical leaders for tomorrow. Built on 15 acres lush green campus, the school has been delivering excellent results in all fronts since its inception in 2017. And to collect this award, I would like to call on stage Mr. Abhishek Kumar Yadav, who's the founder chairman of Griffin's International School. Do we have him in the house? Oh yes, sir. Please come over. Mr. Abhishek Kumar Yadav, founder chairman, Griffin's International School. Thank you so much, sir. More power to you. Congratulations. Moving on to the next category, Best ICSE School of East Kolkata. And the award goes to Delhi Public School, Newtown. Delhi Public School, Newtown, which was established in 2005 under the DPA Society, offers holistic education on a 12-acre modern campus in Newtown with top-tier amenities. It fosters academic excellence and diverse co-curricular engagement, empowering students to explore their talents and grow into well-rounded individuals, much needed in today's world. And to collect this award, I would like to call on stage Mr. Nali Sen, Principal, and the entire team of Delhi Public School, Newtown. Congratulations to one and all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations. Next up, we have the Best ICSE School in Nadia. And the award goes to Julian Day School, Kalyani. Established on January 23rd, 1989, Julian Day School, Kalyani, founded by the late Mr. Neil O'Brien, has become Nadia District's top school. Under Mr. J.G. Broughton's leadership, it continues to excel academically, upholding a legacy of growth and excellence in a serene, green environment. And to collect this award, I would like to call on stage Mr. J.G. Broughton, Chairman, Mr. Terence John, Director for Education and Development, Mr. Garfield D'Souza, Principal, Mr. Richard Green, Teacher in Charge, Ms. Philomena Rosario, Junior Coordinator. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you so much. Next award is for the Best ICSE School in North 24 Parganas, and the award goes to Julian Day School, Ganganagar. Julian Day School, Ganganagar, under the Julian Education Trust, is a premier institution known for holistic education and academic excellence, committed to nurturing young minds. It empowers students to grow into confident, compassionate, and capable global citizens prepared to thrive in a dynamic world. And to collect this award, I would like to call on stage Michael James Ribeiro, Principal, along with his team. Congratulations. And thank you so much. Next award is for the Best ICSE School in Howrah, and the award goes to Julian Day School, Howrah. Established in 2007 by Mrs. Sheila Evelyn Broughton and Mr. Julian Glynn Broughton, Julian Day School, Howrah offers world-class education in an innovative, disciplined, and enriching environment. Blending academics with literary and cultural activities, the school fosters holistic development and prepares students for future challenges. To collect this award, I would like to call on stage Mrs. Marion Thorpe Smith, who's the principal, along with esteemed faculties. Congratulations to the whole team. Thank you so much. Next award is for the Best ICSE School in South Kolkata, and the award goes to Julian Day School, Kolkata. Julian Day School in Kolkata was founded by Mrs. Grace Julian, an eminent teacher of her time. The seed of this great educational institution was sown at 34 Elgin Road, Kolkata in the year 1947. In the year 1969, it took the shape of a high school. At 35 E. Elgin Road, Julian D. School works in close partnership with parents and students to bring out the best of the students to develop their full and individual potential for life and work. Our endeavor is to provide holistic development to all the children is what they swear by. To collect this award, we have on stage Mr. Siddhartha Dey, who's the principal, along with the entire team, esteemed faculties and the students. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Up next, we have the award for the best institution in Kolkata for multidisciplinary higher education, and the award goes to J.D. Birla Institute. J.D. Birla Institute, Kolkata is a renowned educational institution committed to academic excellence and holistic development. Affiliated with Jadavpur University, it offers diverse undergraduate and postgraduate programs with a legacy of empowering young minds. The institute fosters innovation, ethics, and leadership, preparing students for success in a dynamic world. To collect this award, I would like to call on stage Dr. Shogata Banerjee, Director. And we have someone from the team, from the school to do that. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I would like to have the team of Morning Bells on stage, please, so that we can have the much-awaited group photograph taken. If you could just make your way this side. Yes. The entire team of Morning Bells, along with the students. This is a very cherished moment, a very fulfilling moment indeed. Can we have a big round of applause? Can we clap for them? Yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, one and all. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Koranigadi. Thank you. As we draw this remarkable summit to a close, I extend our deepest gratitude once again to all the dignitaries, the panelists, the educators, and the bright young achievers who joined us today. A big thank you once again to our presenting sponsor, SOA, Shiksha Anushandhan University, 3 decades of rich legacy that they have. And thank you for being a part of the Times Now Education Summit East 2025. Until next time, we meet again, we assemble again in the city of joy. Keep striving, keep learning, and have a wonderful afternoon, and we can break for lunch now. Thank you.